Hello, beautiful people. It's Amber Patience, and I'm here to have my morning coffee with you. I was having some technical difficulties on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. And yeah, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook, where I am going live, where I'm also currently going live on TikTok. Feel free to jump around the internet and have fun with me. I haven't even drank my coffee yet, so the kettle went off. I put some Cafe Bustelo, not sponsored, but it could be. It could be you right here. And in my French press. I'm gonna grab my kettle. So 4th of July was pretty cool last night. Lots of really loud noise. It was very late, but my kids did sparklers and we had barbecue, played board games. General Kai said, "Hi, Auntie. It's natural or BBL?" Natural. I have had 5 surgeries. They were all C-sections. So if you're asking if I've had plastic surgery, no. Let's see. Barack said, "I like your moo." Thank you. My mommy got this for me. Has pockets. Very comfy. Very, very comfy. That's on TikTok, by the way. And Brick Yard said, "To Bella" on TikTok. Thank you. To Bella means you are beautiful. I appreciate you. I'm gonna go here on my Instagram. Can everyone hear me? Theory Ajan from Instagram said hi, hello to you. No, that's not what I wanted to add to that chat. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Just want to have that comment ready to go if I need it. So I have 3 people on Instagram, 7 people on TikTok, no people on YouTube or Facebook, but that's okay because I'm here. And I think I'm just gonna keep touching the screen because I don't know what's happening. Barack says, as shaking my head. Let's see what happened. Barack said pockets in a moo. Yes, I love pockets. I love pockets in dresses, etc. Keith Tyler said, "Good morning, beautiful. Good morning to you." That's from TikTok. Barack said, "TikTok can hear you. Awesome." Black Daniel said, "Peace and blessings. Good AM. Good AM to you." It is currently 6:48 a.m. Pacific Standard Time here in Washington State, where I am a realtor. If you or someone you know is looking to buy or sell real estate, feel free to reach out to me. Barack said, "And we can see you, beautiful." Thank you. Peace and blessings. Good AM. Yes, I read that. Black Daniel said Pacific Standard Time. Yes, I am in Washington State. The Batman 54 on Instagram said, "Hear you loud and clear." Awesome. Thank you for that. I have one person on YouTube. So if you could put your comment in the chat, I'd be grateful. You are now able to put that on the screen. If it's crazy, I'll remove it, but otherwise I'm grateful for your presence. And then for you all watching, you can go on live on YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook, and TikTok, and just bounce around the internet. Barack said, "You sell houses." That's cool. Yes, I am a realtor here in Washington State, but my brokerage is not only nationwide, it is also international. So if you need some help in Oklahoma, I can help as well. But how that looks is that there's a realtor in Oklahoma that I connect to, and then they help you, but I get to not disappear in that transaction. You can call me, you can follow up, you can ask questions. I can reconnect you to your realtor, reconnect you to your inspector, reconnect you to your lender, have those conversations very broadly because I am a realtor in Washington State, so I can't practice in Oklahoma. But because we have that connection, when your deal closes and the commission goes to your agent at the bottom line, usually offered by the seller, I get a piece of that commission. So please keep me in consideration. And that actually is not just for the States, it's all over the world. So just let me know. Is it pronounced Barack? That's awesome. I am that. Join. Thank you for being here. Going here. Thank you, Instagram, for being here. Thank you, Facebook. Thank you, YouTube. Okay, so I'm very upset because the audio just kept cutting out. So my coffee's only been sitting for just a moment. I do have my cup here. I'm going to drink out of my Island Vintage cup, even though I'm not drinking Island Vintage coffee that I got in Hawaii. Oh, while I'm waiting for that, and just hopefully make sure that it's all linked up. Someone just commented. I didn't even know I could get those. Oh, I probably should be on a Do Not Disturb, but we'll figure that out in a second. Barack said, yes, you said it correctly. Awesome. Barack said, do you work with wholesalers? I do. I work with wholesalers, investors, other realtors, first-time home buyers, veterans, you name it. I pretty much deal with it. I'm not really into commercial, but I'm technically allowed to. I've never sold commercial? I've done like a lease agreement commercial, but I haven't actually sold like a commercial industrial building, but it's very similar. You like a property, you get funding, you put the offer in, you do the inspection, you do the appraisal, you close. It's usually about a 30 to 45 day time period, but you can go faster and you can go longer according to your situation. Tap, tap, tap. Make sure we're good here. Cool beans. Barack, thank you for the follow. I'm grateful for you. Okay, my allergies are bothering me. I'm agitated because my live wasn't working, but that's okay. I guess my issue with like errors is like, I'm like, but why was it not working? Like what happened for it to not work? So I'm gonna assume maybe I need a new wire, like the cord for the MacBook to the webcam, but we'll figure it out. It'll be okay. Because I'm like, hey everyone, I'm interviewing this person, and then my webcam cuts out, and then there's no audio. That's not how I want to live my life. That's how I want to live my life. Barack said natural face. Yes. Let's see what's not natural on me. My eyebrows I did like 3 or 4 years ago. I was supposed to get them filled in, but if you like look really close, you can kind of see the faded line. But I've always had really heavy eyebrows. It was just more like the shape that I was looking to fix, and now they're like gone. So it's like in between, like, do I get them like removed, which is like lasers, like almost tattooed, like tattoo lasers? Do I do fading cream, or do I like redo them? So I'm like over here like, nah. And then I usually have false lashes. I usually go to my girl, but then I've stopped. And then sleep in my eye, I guess. I'm like, I swear I woke up, drank water, washed my face, but my allergies are kicking my butt. So anyway, I usually have flat false eyelashes on. I've been doing them myself lately, but these are my God-given lashes. Okay, what are we doing? Checking. No comments on Facebook, no comments on YouTube. We're caught up on Insta. And Barack said, in a world full of makeup, wigs, and lashes. Yes. Because we like to decorate. And a lot of men are starting to wear foundation and spray lineups and false pieces. Everybody's trying to be their best self, living their best life. And definitely, I've worn wigs and weaves and all of that. Right now, I got some color purple braids in right now. I'm gonna do my hair later. But I do. I straighten my hair. I don't feel like that's natural. It's my hair, but I'm altering it. And then I have heat damage, so even when I want to go back to my curls, it doesn't present the same way. And I get breakage because I wash my hair and then I don't take care of it. Okay. So I'm pushing down my French press. I have my cup of coffee. Loading. I'm gonna grab some creamer. Creamer's like the first thing I drink in the morning. So it ends up being like all the way in the back of the fridge. Like the kids push it all the way in the back. Barack said, "In a world full of..." I already read that. I did. Let's see. John said 5,000 for the first person to message me happy. No, we're good. Barack said, nope. Barack also said, I understand why y'all do it. It's just my preference. Yeah. I feel like obviously nudity is not appropriate for online. But like having something fresh, people are like, oh, I trust you. Like, I know what you actually look like. The other cool thing is when I'm like walking around, people are like, oh, you're that girl. I'm like, yeah, it's me. It's like, look at me looking at like myself. My husband and I were at Universal Studios with our 5 kids. And we were leaving Mario World, which is like where my son was obsessed with. We did 2 days. He was very excited. He was like, we're going to Mario World. And I'm like, there's a whole theme park. There's like other rides. Anyway, we were leaving and I look at my husband. I'm like 99.9% sure that that's Big Sean over there. And my husband looked and he was like, Big Sean? And he was like, yeah. And he was like, I knew, it's like, that is you. I'm like, I wanted to be like, look at you looking like yourself. Because he does. He just looks like himself. Some women, if you catch them in the supermarket, do not look like themselves. And that's okay. That's just the way that they live their life. They look like the collection of work that they do. Barack said people could actually recognize you for you. I know. People are like, oh, I love natural. I'm like, well, fake really isn't me. But that's just, it's not like, it's not like I wouldn't wear makeup because I have. And I wouldn't wear wigs because I have. But I like looking like me. And the fact that I have like 5 kids and I see me and my 5 kids, I'm like, look at me looking like myself. And I'm like aging too, right? So like my eyes are getting not hooded, but like I can tell the difference. And I'm like, my birthday's next month. I'll be 39. Barack said, but when you have all the aesthetics, it's like, it's okay. I've seen and met this girl this way. Yeah, it's like, for example, like when I glam up, they're like, oh girl, look at you. So I wouldn't want my makeup to take over what I actually look like. I wouldn't want anyone to be like, who are you? I wash my makeup off. Like, nah, this is just another version. Franklin Wolfgang on Instagram said, hi, Amber. Hello to you, Wolfgang. Hello. Franklin Wolfgang. Let's see. Nothing going on Facebook. Nothing going on YouTube. I appreciate the comment on Instagram. I got my TikTok going. Barack said, and then woke up and boom. I know. Barack said, well, you were aging well. Thank you. Barack said, I just hate the fact that women feel that they have to put on all this stuff. Yeah, but you know, on my post, especially on Facebook, I get so many trolls. Like, ew, gross. It's like, look at that old lady hair. Look at that old lady face. It's like, go to the gym. And I'm like, thanks for the comment. Thanks for the engagement. Bye. Boo. Or they're like really crass. And I'm like, okay. So some women are like, oh my gosh. I never get complimented on my nose in real life. Or I can't think of a time. But on here, people are like, you have such a cute nose. I'm like, my nose? Or like, oh my gosh, I love your complexion. I'm like, what does that mean? Thank you. So I really do appreciate the admiration and the love and the attention. But then people hang around and they're like, you're funny. Like, you're smart. You're wise. I'm like, thank you. Barack said, you do have a cute nose. Thank you. Personality, see? See? It's deeper than that. So what people like to do, just because the people DM me, they like to zoom in on my reels. And I'm like, oh, okay. That sounds like a solo journey. I don't need to be a part of that. People like to go in the comments and they like my responses to other people's comments. It's my daughter's alarm. Hold on. Yeah, they like my responses. Oh yeah, I have a comment from YouTube. Thank you. It's me, Tyson. Said, morning. How was your fourth? My fourth was good and loud. So we just did sparklers and stuff with the kids and poppets and whatever. But we like the people on my street were like going crazy, which is illegal to do fireworks in our area. But it's okay. Um, it only lasted till 1 a.m. So and it was our 250th celebration for America. I get people are excited. I'm like, just don't point that at my house. Let's see. I am Mr. Tony. Join on TikTok. Hello, Mr. Tony. It's me, Tyson, on YouTube. Thank you for your comment. I am grateful for you. And again, I am live on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook. So you can jump around the internet, ask me questions, meet with people in the comments, build community, and help me figure out what I'm doing. Because I want to stream. I want to stream and I want to interview people and I want to like, my hair will be done and my makeup maybe will be done and I'll be like sitting on a couch somewhere like Jennifer Hudson. Like, tell me about your feelings. One day. It's me, Tyson, on YouTube said, how's the real estate market where you are starting to all go down a little? Not really. Interest rates are still high. Options are still lower. Income and economic stability is always in doubt. But like I've always told everyone, figure out what your situation is and what you want to do. So a lot of people are going to be fearful of purchasing, which is honestly true. Like you don't want to purchase a home and then be in a foreclosure. Like that's not what you want to do. But if you feel that your situation is stable enough to purchase a home, sustain the mortgage until you feel safe enough to refi, then maybe you get that lower rate. Maybe you have that investment. But the truth is that people are fearful for the next 5 years. All they're gonna do is look back and go, "Oh, I should have bought 5 years ago." That's usually what it is. Rentals, when you're looking at a owner-occupied situation, you don't have any investment in that. But also, there's no repairs and there's no property taxes and you don't have anything to show for it as well. But you don't want to put yourself in debt. If you feel like, oh, I have to buy this house and Amber told me to, and now it's going to cost me a bunch of money and I'm going to lose my home. No, you definitely want to dig yourself into a hole you can't get out of. But if you're like, hey, I can sustain this, or I have an extended family, I'm going to get a 4-unit property so I can live in one and rent out the others. Figure out your situation. What's good for you. Barack said, Amber, I'm tired. Well, I hope that you get rest. Do you have investors that are in need of funding or looking for a new lender? Yes, I do. I do. Feel free to DM me your information or the lender you know's information. Let's see. Okay, cool. Scrolled up on TikTok. It's me saying, did you look into what I told you about DSCR loans? Yes, I did. I basically leave all that funding stuff to my lender though. I have several lenders I work with. If you're interested or if someone you know is interested, feel free to let me know and then I'll connect you with that lender or a lender, right? That can work on that with you. But yeah, I am home processing, right? We talk about inspections, we talk about appraisals, we talk about crime in the area, we talk about pipes, and we talk about those things. When it comes to funding, some people come to me with cash. Some people come to me with an FHA. Some people come to me with the VA. I do remind, and I kind of know a little bit of the ins and outs of like making sure you're prepared with your finances. But at the end of the day, that's going to be the lender, and then that's going to be the underwriter. I hope I answered that question. Let's go. Brooke said, let's connect. Feel free. I answer all of my DMs. Feel free to DM me. Let's see. Some people DM me for other reasons, and I'm like, no, I'm a normal American human being, married woman. No, thank you. But you can, like, hey, Amber, I just wanted to say hi. Hi. That's how my DMs work. Some people like send me reels, like several reels all day, every day, and I'm like, I'm not gonna go through them. I will always look for the comment underneath. Like, so if you like send me a reel and go, hey Amber, this reminded me of you, or hey Amber, this is the real estate property I was thinking about. Yeah, put the thing in there. Otherwise, I'm just gonna no. I can doom scroll all by myself. If there's no context. Let's see. Instagram's caught up. YouTube, nobody on Facebook saying nothing. You ain't saying nothing. So many negatives in that comment. Okay. 3 people on YouTube watching. 5 people. I learned something, y'all. Hold on. So the webcam got disconnected, and what happens is everything defaults back to the MacBook, and my MacBook audio does not work. So if YouTube and Instagram at your earliest convenience can say, hey Amber, I can hear you again, that would be a learning opportunity. I don't know what happened. I don't know why the webcam and the laptop disconnected, the streams disconnected, but it goes to the default, right? And then I have to redo all the defaults. So can you hear me now? Oh, look at me. I already had it in the chat. So let me put that on there. And then we'll do that. It's like a random. Yay! It's me, Tyson on YouTube said he can hear me. So what was happening is that my webcam gets disconnected for whatever reason. Maybe I need a new cord. Fantastic. But then the audio would just be chopped. Like it's just static. And no one could hear me. So I kept restarting. Right? But It's Me Tyson said they can hear me because what I saw was the camera that might turn off when the webcam turns off. When I touch the webcam or do whatever it needs to do. And then I turn on the mic and turn on the camera, but it went to the default of my MacBook and not the webcam. I learned something. So I'm like, oh, technical difficulties. Then I'm like, oh, let me just tech it up. Okay, Brock said, how is married life? Married life is good. There's ups and downs, peaks and valleys. But overall, I am grateful. Like yesterday, I was having like a hard time with my oldest kid and my 4th kid. I have 5 kids. And like there was like different challenges. But I'm at home in a house that I own with my husband of the father and the one, I have one baby's daddy. People always go, 5 kids and 5 babies dads? I'm like, no. One baby's dad, even if I had 5 babies dads, it's not even business, but I have one baby's dad. But anyway, I'm at home with my husband, with our 5 kids, and I'm like stressed. But I'm like, I feel like I've gotten everything I've ever asked for, but I had to work so hard for it. Right? When they say through sickness and health, they should be through infidelity and struggle, through growing up through childhood trauma, and like you keep pouring into someone and they're just like punching you back. Then you finally get them kind of on track, right? Like, okay, cool. We're like a team now. Let's do this, right? Which is like week by week, honestly. I just kind of like live in the good and then whatever. And then you got these teenagers who are doing the same thing. I'm like, can you get out here and be with your family? Anyway. It's Me Tyson said, oh, he cheated on you. I'm sorry. I've been married for 14 years. It's a long time. And I've known my husband for over 20 years. So when we were teenagers, he had a very hard childhood. Not my story to tell. Very hard childhood. And then we got together really young, right? I was 16 and he was 15, right? And so then we had our first daughter when I was 21, but he had just turned 20, right? And then we have 5 kids. So our youngest is 5, and it's so crazy the night and day experience because we really did grow up together. So I do give a lot of grace and a lot of forgiveness. And time doesn't heal all wounds because cheating is not just like, oh, cheating, who cares? It's dishonesty. So you have to build your trust back up in a situation to, but I don't know. I'm a giver, so I usually get over things pretty fast. But when the next occurrence happens, it's like everything from before like rips off. So infidelity, no fun. But I also have to remember I was with someone really young, you know? And then we grew up together, and then we had to like still like, oh, I'm a parent now, and I'm a father now, and I'm a provider now, and I'm all these things now. So, well, life is good. Barack said, and we're okay. And where do I possibly find a woman who wants kids? I have found out, and I'm saying this as a mother of daughters, because my daughters are like, I'm never getting married. I'm never having kids. I think that like I see my um, brothers and my cousins and my guy friends, like the male people in my life, they are at like my age now, right? And in my head, I'm like, if I was them, I would go find someone like 10 years younger than me because they're like, we're all pushing like 40, right? I'm like, go find someone who's like established in their education, just getting started or established in their career, you know, like 28, 27, right? And then go, hey, do you want to be a companion to me? Right? Don't get some like knucklehead who doesn't know anything. Like, don't. I think that's so weird when guys are like in their 50s and they're talking to someone like 21. That's crazy to me. Like, that age gap is more parental. No disrespect to anyone's situation. I think that's more parental than it is like romantic. It's like, this is what you need to do. But like 10 years for a man to female, I feel like that's a really good age. And most likely they have no kids or one kid, and you could figure that out in your journey. Go to church. But just like I always recommend, especially men, be a home first. Like, be at peace with yourself, know how to manage your finances and manage your temper, and you know, like, be a whole person, and then find someone to complement that. And same with ladies. Ladies, make sure that you are mentally, you know, good and stable, that you can recognize things, but also endure. A lot of people don't explain that part. Everyone's so woke all the time. And they're like, you ain't gonna tell me. And da da da. I don't put my. It's like, yeah, but marriage is tolerance. Because the best way to not get divorced is to not file. And I filed, and he didn't sign. And he filed, and I didn't sign. And we together. I was like, I'm done. And he was like, nah. And I'm like, oh, okay. And that conversation was way longer. But I'm here. I made it. Barack said, I agree. I think we want the thing without preparing for it. Yeah, a lot of people are like, do you know what would make my life better? A partner. And it's like, do you see the gaping hole inside of your heart? You might want to patch that up. Because if that person gets sick, or if that person is sad, or that person has baggage and trauma, you want to be there for them. But also, when you're seeking out a companionship, are they going to be able to catch you when you stumble, right? But a lot of people are like, I'm going to intentionally stumble. And you're so durable that you're just going to continue patching. I'm like, yeah, until my well runs dry, right? So you got to pour into you first so that you can be there for other people. But you also want to surround yourself with people that when you stumble, that they'll be there for you. But it can't be a deprived, you know, situation where you're just constantly draining from the people you love. It's me, Tyson said, did you cheat? No. Cheating's gross. Yucky, yucky. Yeah. And we can have it like, my husband and I, we have made so many jokes about it. But I have a guy friend, right? So that like, everyone's like, no guy friends. But that was like always a thing. So when my husband and I got together, he was like, you can't talk to him anymore. I'm like, yo, anything. Like, no guy friends, right? So then he did what he has done. And then he like moved out at one point. And then I was like, hey, what's up? What's up, homie? And it's literally like, I've known this guy forever. And yes, there was like a boundary that was crossed when I was younger, and my husband and I were broke up with that specific person. That's why he was now like off limits, right? Well, when my husband did what he did, I was just like, I can have my guy friend? Ew, gross. Right? And then it got complicated over time. And I was like, yo, this is like a deal breaker. This is actually my, like, I literally care about him. And my husband was like, yeah, go ahead, talk to him. Like, all right, cool. So that's like my version of cheating. And then also in the dark moments of infidelity, I would just blast Drake all the time. And that was like my voice notes. So Drake was like my side dude in my head on a very one-sided relationship. So that's my level of cheating. I just listen to Drake all the time. And my husband was like, you're not faithful, you're picky. And I was like, you're not wrong. Because, yeah. But no, like right now, I have like a house and the kids and stuff. And Drake was like swooned in. He was like, hey. I'm like, no, I'm good right now, but nice to meet you, buddy. Barack is laughing. Big Red Connoisseur said, I just got in cheating. Yes, we were talking about cheating. It's Me Tyson said, oh, you were with him, but when on a break. So what happened for the guy friend conversation, which always comes up, because I don't have a lot, like I've been with my husband for so long. So I met 3 guys, and I met a lot of guys, not like that, not biblically. I knew a lot of people, right, growing up, and I knew there was like girls I was attracted to and guys that I was attracted to as a teenager, but I was like, I want a family, right? And my mom and dad are very social, and they used to have like a lot of relationships, and I was like, no, I'm gonna lock in. And I didn't realize it was probably like an autistic fixation, like not just like, oh, I have morals. It was like, no, I didn't actually care that they did what they did, and I wasn't judging them. I just was like, I want my kids to have the same dad, and I'm gonna like marry the person I lose my virginity to, and this is what I'm gonna do. So I met this guy when I was really young. I was like 12, and he was like light skinned, and he had green eyes, and he reminded me so much of my dad retrospectively. But he was like, he would look at me, and I felt like I was like the only person in the room, and then he would look at someone else, and he just had such a beautiful spirit, but I didn't feel special, right, in that scenario. And I was like, oh, he's just like an angel, and I can't have him, right? Like we had a really good chemistry, but just I was like, no, I can't marry him. And then I met this other guy, and I loved him. I loved him. But how much I loved him, I was like, oh my God, I love him like literally my brother, right? Like I love him. Like he's obviously tall, dark, and handsome, and he's beautiful. I shouldn't say dark because he's light skinned too. I like to think for light skinned guys. My dad's light skinned. But I've dated dark skinned guys and things like that. But anyway, there was this other guy, and he was like tall, and I was like, I love you, but I don't think it's it. Like it's not the thing. It's not the zing, right? Like I literally don't ever want you to not be in my life. But I could, but it won't. It's not the same thing. So then I met my husband, and he is not black. Those other 2 guys were like, the first guy is black, right? But his mom is really hair down to her behind, light skinned evangelist, right? And he's like a model, but he's very light skinned, light eyes, right? And then the other guy, his mom's white and his dad's black and native. And then my husband, right? Darker than me when I met him, right? Gorgeous eyes, tall, dimples, athletic. And I was just like, hi. And he was like, hi. And that's my husband. That's my baby daddy. And for me, I think what it was actually very toxic. I was like, I want you. Like, I want to put my claws into you, and I never want to let go, and I just love you so much. And if you just could understand how much I love you, I just want to crawl on your skin. And he's like, that's intense. I'm like, I know. So, It's Me Tyson says, have I ever been with a woman? That's a very personal question, but to answer your question, no. Do I find women attractive? Yes, but no. I've been married a gajillion years. Let's see. A gajillion years. Cool. This conversation went, I don't know, silly. Inkster said, hey there, I love the toxic stuff. I know, me too. It's messy. And it's so funny because it's like, ooh, it's so toxic. I'm like, I was 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 years old. Like my mid to late teens is like when all like the drama really happened. So, yeah. And then my husband and I, when we met, we like were together for maybe like 2-3 months, and then he broke up with me. And I was like, you broke up with me? And he slept with somebody else. But we're like teenagers, and I'm like, you won't sleep with somebody else? Da, 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 da. And I usually don't neck roll, but I did. I was like, and then we got back together, and then I gave him my virginity, and then we broke up again. But I feel like he broke up with me. He just kept breaking up with me. He kept running. And then he was with somebody else, and then I was like, well, I'm gonna be with somebody else. But I didn't realize I was already pregnant, which is unfortunate. I was pregnant when I was a teenager, and it was his. And I was like super hormonal, and so then I was talking to this guy, and then I was trying to talk to this other guy, but he wouldn't talk to me because I stopped talking to him from my husband. And then his little brother answered, which the guy's older than me. Anyway, it was just very, very messy. I will run that through that. I still follow their dad on Instagram. But yeah, I dated two brothers, and then the older brother was like, "Oh, I did X, Y, and Z," and then the younger brother was like, "No, that was my first time," and then it was like this very messy. But my husband and I are together now. But I don't have a lot of drama. I really don't. I was just a very flirtatious. I wouldn't say fast. I was like in high school. People called me a tease, so I didn't really do anything. But I kind of, I don't know. I was a flirt. And my husband was like, if you really loved me, you would have just sat down when I broke up with you. I was like, psh, boy, I ain't gotta sit down. Better put a ring on it. And he did. 3 kids in. I was pregnant with my 3rd baby when I got married. So that's the toxic. Inkster said, I'm glad you're going live every day. Thank you. Inkster said, really wow, yes. Inkster said, he ain't sit down. That's what I'm saying. But I don't like the double-sidedness of it. But it's okay. Because honestly, retrospectively, I know who I am. I'm not trying to biblically be with nobody. It's okay. It's me said, did you say you were autistic? I am not diagnosed autistic. I have hyperfixation tendencies. So sometimes when I'm like, for example, I wish I could do it for working out, and I'm still going to work on that because I'm like, I'm just going to work out and it's going to be great. But then I go, girl, do you really want to work out? I'm like, yeah, you don't want to have a heart attack. I'm like, yeah, but you're going to lose your curves. I'm like, do you like your shape? And I'm like, no. So you need to sculpt. But I do have like hyperfixation. So I brought up autism, my autistic nature of being hyper focused, because I don't slut shame. I don't judge other people for their things. I just retrospectively look at like, oh, I really want to be in this relationship, and I didn't really skew from anywhere else. So okay, so it's me, Tyson, on YouTube. I think it's all on my screen too. I dated, not biblically, with a brother who happened to be Nigerian. It was a neighbor, not my brother. Ew. But he stopped talking to me because I basically stopped talking to him. Like, we went to the movies, we hung out, and then I broke up with him to get back with my now husband. And then when my husband broke up with me again, I was like, hey, buddy, how's it going? And he was like, don't talk to me. So when I called, like, the second time, because sometimes I'm thirsty, his little brother answered. Now, his brother is a grade younger than me. The guy that I was talking to initially was a grade older than me. So when I answered, I said, hey, is your brother there? He said, he doesn't want to talk to you. And I was like, oh. He's like, but I was seeing what's up to you. And I was like, oh, hi. And then I happened to be very hormonal. I was breaking up with my boyfriend, my now husband. It turned out I was pregnant when I was like 16. I was very hormonal. I was actually talking to another soccer player. And so the younger brother and the soccer player were on the same team. But I grew up with the other soccer player. So he came over, and one thing led to another, but not biblically. And then he left. And then the younger brother was like, hey, can I come over? And I was like, I don't think you should, but yeah, sure. And then that's what happened. But the older brother was like, oh, I already did that. And I was like, no, he didn't. You ain't gonna be talking about me. So that's the drama. And I was like 16 years old. Anyway, Uncle said, yes, I hear you just fine. Oh, okay, thank you. He said muffin. I'm like, my name's Amber, not muffin. What's a muffin? Sounds delicious. Joby, just abound love. You were first to return to follow when I rebranded my platforms. IG. Javi. I wonder if I click on this, it'll go away. Cool beans. Thank you for showing love. I appreciate you. That was on Instagram. I'm reading from YouTube. I'm reading from TikTok. I'm all over here. AI said, AI summary, sharing stories about past relationships and experience of being a teen. Yeah, that's exactly what I said, AI. Thank you. Inkster said, Amber, you on 2 websites. I'm actually on 4 websites. So right now, I'm live on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok. I'm on something called StreamYard. So on my phone, I'm on TikTok because it does not support TikTok. But I am on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram on all the other platforms. My husband is sleeping or in the other room. I don't know. But he's here now. We've been together. We've been married for 14 years. Our oldest is 17. We have a 15-year-old. We have a 14-year-old. We have an 11-year-old. We have a 5-year-old. Kinkster said, I think I seen you on seen your Instagram. Yeah, follow me there too. I'm currently live on Instagram right now. Yep. Uncle Juice said that's because you are delicious. I'll skip that. I was just making so people go, hey baby, how are you? And I go, I'm well. My name is Amber, but sometimes I'm mistaken for someone named Baby. So when you said muffin, I was like, what's a muffin? It's delicious. Sounds delicious, but I don't do that. That's not my vibe. No, thank you. Uncle Juice said bonnet bay. I do love me a bonnet. Sometimes I forget to put it on at night, and it's not good for my hair, but done is better than perfect. I've been on live yapping for 40 minutes. And what's crazy is I disconnected so many times, so I'm not going to stay much longer. Any last minute questions for me? I appreciate you. The really cool thing about me and funny thing is I'm like, hi everybody, it's Amber. I hope you have a good day. Have coffee with me. And then I'm just like yapping about like normal stuff. And then if you like zoom through, someone will ask me like a really good question. I'm like, oh my gosh, I was a hot mess when I was a teenager. I sure was. But I'm going to get off in a little bit because I have a kitchen to clean, I have trash to take out, I have recycling to do. Inkster said, 5 kids. Yes. And one on the way. Oh no, no more kids. I just like to eat. Let's see. Uncle Juice said, how was your holiday weekend going? It was loud. I'm happy that we like celebrated our independence, etc. I like history, but they were doing too much. It was way too loud. Let's see. Rico's join. Thank you for being here, Rico, on Insta. Let's see. 3,000 likes on TikTok. I'm gonna like up the live on my own. I did not do any of these likes myself, but now I shall because I want to get to 4. But yeah, It's Me Tyson had asked if I was autistic. I did mention like having autistic traits. I have not been diagnosed. I have not asked to get diagnosed. But I am diagnosed with PMDD, which is depression. So I go through that. It does give similarities to like ups and downs. Like normal people get sad and happy, but sometimes my sad is so sad that like I almost can't function. So what I've been doing is writing and journaling and meditating and praying. I take like a lot of depression showers, so I wash my hair a lot. So that's kind of where my social media started like growing from, is because I would like do like hey, get dressed, do your hair, take a selfie. And so I'm like, so then I would look back, I'm like, oh, remember you were happy or you did that screenshot or whatever you did. Double checking. Uncle Juice said, what's the secret because you look 20 and you have a 14-year-old? I actually have a 17-year-old. Just good genetics. My mom's pretty. My grandma's pretty. We just do well. I try to hydrate, but the truth is I don't really do as well as I should. I just started using like moisturizer on my face. My eyes are like starting to age and hood a little bit. And when I'm really tired or stressed, you can see it. But I've always looked young. I was 21 when I had my first baby. And I was like, she was late. My term was late. And somebody was like, oh my gosh, have you told your parents? And I was like, yeah. They're like, well, like you're like at your age, you really should have help. And she thought I was like 12 or 13, like 40 weeks pregnant. So I'm grateful people think I'm young now. But I don't get carded anymore. So I was like, oh, I guess I don't look 21 anymore. Or under 21. Let's see. Uncle Juice said, wow. Yeah, I'm 38. I'll be 39 in a month. August 7th. Let's see. No more comments on TikTok. No more comments on Insta. No more comments on YouTube. Well, it was a pleasure hanging out with you. I'm gonna go do my responsibilities and my chores. I wanted to like not be on for an hour, but that was a good little banter back and forth, random story time. Breezy 1976 on TikTok said good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. I am currently live on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Uncle Juice said you look phenomenal. Thank you. I'm liking up my own live on TikTok and I'm looking at the comments. It's actually funny because I have like a banner going and there's comments and Uncle, it's me Tyson, it just has like some outlandish comments on my screen like, you're autistic? You were with brothers? What? Have you ever been with a woman? Like, this is gonna be the gossip channel I thought it was gonna be. I'm like, did y'all hear Tobey Maguire was with Ice Spice? What? Uncle Juice said, I'm gonna DM you about depression thing. You can just put it in the comments. I like comments better than DMs, but I will answer my DMs, but I probably will just screenshot it and then put it on my story because it's more content. It's like dinner party information. So like this is a stage for me. So I'm like, hey everybody, this is what's happening. And then the whole group was like, aw, or yay, or boo. That's what I do. And then people DM me like, no, you and I need to speak about what's going on in your world because I can help. Or, you know, this is what's going on. And I go, oh, okay. Hey, everyone. This is what they said. People are like, I don't know. So DMs are fine. I will read my DMs. But usually it's like, hey, Amber, I'm interested in buying a house. Here's my email and phone number. And I'm like, yeah, bet. Right? Or someone's like, hey, I wanted to share my personal struggle because I like to like do a testimony. And I'm like, oh, cool. Go ahead and do that. So let's see. Breezy 1976 said morning. I said that same name. You look amazing. Thank you. Okay. Uncle Juice. It's me, Tyson. Okie dokie. Well, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna sign off on my Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Adios. If you need anything, let me know. I'll hang out with you for a second, TikTok. Adios.